Hello, princesses. Welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Well, I am not ashamed to admit that curiosity killed this kitty cat, and I simply had to investigate this brand new limited edition NARS Soft Matte Tinted Lip Balm. These little guys, like I said, are limited edition and they are selling like the proverbial hotcake. Many of them are gone already, hopefully coming back. Usually limited edition doesn't mean that limited, but they're going quickly. They're $28 each. And the premise of these is that they are a tinted lip balm that is in all neutral or nude various shades. And I think there's about, what, 5 or 6 shades. I picked up one of them in Unrestricted, which is kind of a pinkish nude. We'll look at it in a moment and compare it to some others. But the way it's most interesting to me is not just that it's another in a long line of brands introducing sheer tinted balms, but that it is purportedly matte. And we are seeing a lot of matte looks these days. So to go along with trying this on, I thought, and you can see I'm about 3/4 of the way done, that together we would do an entire matte look. I am, like I said, 3/4 of the way there. Now, I will admit that in real life, not just for fun, you would want to mix your mattes with a little bit of highlight and glow. But I thought, just for our purposes here, what if we did an entirely all matte look using all matte products? There are so many right now, and then we could try this guy. But we will also compare it to some of its biggest competitors in the tinted lip balm realm. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how I started, and that is with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation. And you'll see me putting it on with a big fluffy Sonia G Sky brush. That is what I used to put it on all over my face, adding a little bit here and there where I needed extra coverage. And I absolutely love this foundation simply because it is so quick. And if you have been with my channel for some time, you will know I love quick, quick, quick. And this is just a quick, non-messy, don't have to wash your hands. You just pull that brush out and just put it on. You know I love to do that. Afterwards, we haven't done the blush yet, but afterwards, if you'll notice, I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in shade 3, which I love. It is such a nice, big pan that you get, but also it worked for today because it is a completely matte bronzer. And there's so many bronzers on the market that have a little bit of sheen and glisten. And some people took issue with this by Charlotte Tilbury because it did not have it. But for our purposes here today, it was just perfect. We still haven't gotten to the lips and cheeks yet, which we're going to save for NARS products. But when it came to the eyeshadows, which you're getting a preview on here, I had quite a few matte palettes to choose from. There's a few from Charlotte Tilbury, including her most recent Super Nudes, which some of you loved and some of you hated. It wasn't the most intense color palette. There was also, oh gosh, there's quite a few others, and I was trying to pick what to go with. I even thought Viseart for a while. There's so many, but I actually went with this little guy by Mario, the Master Mattes palette, because I really hadn't had time to play with this palette just on its own. I have layered metallics and such over it, but I'm going to show you here. I went in with an entire row of product. I just picked and went right up and switched brushes and used it and just went in for a completely matte eye look that you're seeing right in front of you. When I used the first two, then I went back in and I added some little darkening and subtleties to the sides of the eyes. Then I added in some mascara and some eyeliner in the waterline and to tight line, and I got the eye look that we have here right now. So far there's absolutely nothing on my face that isn't matte. I didn't even use any sort of hydrating primer. I don't know if this is a look I would normally opt for, but I thought in homage to matte, we would do it. Now for the cheeks, and then we're gonna get into the lips, why not go with NARS Air Matte? This is the new NARS Air Matte blush, which again, if you've been watching some of my reviews, you'll know that I have, I want to love this product, but I don't really think I do. I cannot make it last very long on my cheek, and I have trouble making it even, frankly, show up that well. So what I found is I just kind of give a smile and kind of tap it, and I'm using a lot of product. That's because I'm kind of experienced with this. I kind of tap it onto the apple of the cheek, and that is how it stays the best. This is not my favorite product or launch by NARS, but it is very, very new, and it is matte. So I did think it went along with our look, and it is always nice to just constantly be trying and giving these products chances rather than just throwing them in a drawer. After all, I did purchase them. So I have found that this touch and tap method and not a brush does seem to brush it away, is kind of the best way to make it show. And again, I did use a bronzer as you saw, but I am not going to use any sort of highlighter on this look because we're going for a completely matte look. Okay, now let's get into this new matte lip balm. And like I said, they are selling out. They're available in quite a few places, and they will restock, I believe. But again, we have a $28 matte, soft matte tinted lip balm. This one is in the shade Unrestricted, which is kind of a pink nude, which is what I like the most. We have, we are getting very used to these kind of thin bullets that come up on this slant. This seems to be the thing that a lot of makeup brands are doing. We first saw it in a slightly bigger bullet with the Pat McGrath Divinal Lip Shines. But again, there's that shine word. So I'm going to swatch it for you. We are going to try it on the lips, but I do want to compare it to a few others. Not in terms of texture, because of course this one is matte, but in terms of coverage and, you know, how much saturation you're going to get with color. Okay, so here is the NARS Unrestricted. Pardon my little cut there. Don't look at that. And it is definitely a tinted balm. If you can see, it's a very pretty color. I hope it is that pretty on the lip. And I thought of two products immediately to compare it to. They are not matte, but they are in the same category. And the first is, of course, the brand new Happy Kiss from Charlotte Tilbury that only rolls up and not down. Drives me crazy. And this is the traditional Pillow Talk. So our shade won't quite match. That was too hard to get, but I wanted you to see the saturation and be able to compare them. So here we have our new NARS product, the Soft Matte Tinted Lip Balm, and we're going to put it right here by Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. Of course, the shades aren't the same, but I thought the saturation, this is shinier, of course, as well. It's kind of a balm gloss. And you can really see how matte the NARS is next to it. I also thought of comparing it to something I almost wish I had done when I talked about the Charlotte product, which is the Posh lipsticks by Victoria Beckham Beauty. I got out the shade Girl here. Again, the shade isn't quite there, but I wondered if it would be kind of in the middle in terms of matte or gloss. And we'll see how matte the NARS looks compared, shall we? So we have the NARS matte, which is really looking matte. Look at that, compared to our very glossy Happy Kiss from Charlotte Tilbury. And here we have Posh's is a lipstick, but I'm telling you, it's really pretty much a tinted balm. And that's very interesting. The Posh's back lip stick, which is like a tinted balm, is kind of in the middle, if you notice. The Charlotte Tilbury beats them all in shine. And that NARS is definitely living up to its matte name. The reason I thought to compare these three is simply because of the bullet shape. And I'm sure at home you're going to think of a bunch of others I could have compared it to as well. But these are kind of relatively new and came to mind quickly. Like I said, also the Pat McGrath Divinal Lip Shine, but that is a much wider bullet. Well, I am really looking forward to trying this on and seeing what this matte does to my lip. And is this something that could be used as a balm, or is it something that would perhaps need a liner under it? I didn't bring a liner over. Let's just try it on. Okay, I'm giving it a few swipes there. So we have bottom lip, we have the unrestricted color, which I'm enjoying. Top lip, nothing, so that currently you could just compare. There is nothing on my lips to begin with. Okay, let's talk. All right, let me really get it on there. Rub them together. Interestingly enough, much like, say, the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipstick, just because something is matte does not mean it has to be drying. So this is actually feeling quite comfortable. And I suffer from very bad dry lips. So if anybody is going to have a gripe or concern about lipstick or balm that ends up drying your lips out, and you might say a balm would never dry your lips out. Yeah, it can. Trust me, it can. This is very nurturing, soothing, and thick without having any shine. And I actually am kind of looking in the viewfinder here, enjoying this all matte look. I mean, really, when you look at these, especially in the swatches, you can definitely see that that is a matte color. And I'm always in search of a perfect nude. This one is really nice and would feel really nice under a mask as well, which we are all still currently wearing, of course. Hopefully not for long. Maybe one day somebody will see this video and think, masks. Oh yeah, we used to wear those. So I think this is a really, really fun look. And it feels really nurturing, and I put on quite a few layers. It's kind of nice. Let's talk about the smell. Faint vanilla smell. Doesn't run. It's supposed to blur lines. I don't know if it's doing that, but I'm kind of digging it with this all matte look. I had quite a few people ask me if I was going to review this, so I just thought it would be a little bit more fun to put it with an entirely matte face. In reality, every day, I would probably put a little bit of highlight there. That's probably what's needed, and maybe a bit of sparkle in the eye. But I am not hating a completely matte look. And there's so many matte products out there these days, it was kind of begging for it. Did you pick this up, or is it something you're interested in? There's a lot of really pretty shades out there that you should use the link below and click and check out and see what's available. So let me know, leave a comment below. Like this video if you enjoyed it. I hope you did. And if you haven't already done so, I sure hope that you would consider subscribing to my channel, as it helps me build up this community. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.